the canopy above, a troop of monkeys drops to the ground, chattering and scattering. The Homo erectus give chase, driven by hunger and instinct. But the pursuit is brief. The monkeys leap back into the safety of the trees, vanishing into the branches. Below, the humans can only watch, frustrated and empty-handed, reminded once more of the limits of their reach. Faced with failure, the leader does not yield. Studying the trees, he signals a new plan. With calm gestures, he shows the group where to aim, how to strike. Spears are lifted, poised toward the branches above. For the first time, the Homo erectus turns strategy into action. Five Homo erectus men set out with sharpened spears, while the women remain behind to keep the camp. Moving with new confidence, they track their prey through the forest canopy. At last, a strike finds its mark. One monkey falls. Two men hoist the catch onto their shoulders, and together they carry it back. For the first time, the rewards of planning and persistence return to camp in the form of hard-won meat. The next morning, the group sets out once more, this time not in search of prey, but of water. The forest around them is thick and unfamiliar, far from the open savannas of Africa. They move cautiously beneath towering trees, listening for the sound of streams, scanning the ground for damp earth. In this new land, survival depends on discovery, and every step deeper into the forest brings both promise and uncertainty. Seven Homo erectus move as one, following the bend of a winding river. The sound of rushing water guides their path until the forest thins and the horizon opens to the sea. On the shore, a deer strays too close to the river's edge. Instinct takes hold. The group spreads out, eyes fixed, hearts pounding. The chase erupts, shouts echo, spears fly, hooves crash against the sand. For moments, it is chaos, a storm of man and beast. Then, at last, the animal falls. Victory. Breathless and trembling, the hunters stand over their prize. In this single act, fear, struggle, triumph, the story of survival is written again. The river has carried them to the sea, and to a feast that secures one more day of life. On the open shore, a fire crackles against the wind. The group gathers close, tearing strips of venison, the taste of triumph still fresh. When the meal is done, two slip away toward the waves. With patient hands and sharpened sticks, they strike, pulling a single fish from the surf. Carried back to the flames, it sizzles over the coals. Under the night sky, with sea spray on their skin and firelight on their faces, the Homo erectus share another meal. For the first time, land and sea together provide, binding them more deeply to this new world. Deep within the forest, the Homo erectus discover a fallen tree, massive, weathered, yet strong. With grunts and effort, they hoist it upon their shoulders, dragging it through tangled roots and sunlight shafts. Step by step, they emerge once more at the sea's edge. Here, the great trunk is laid upon the sand. It is more than wood, it is possibility. A vessel, a chance to leave the forest behind. As waves lap at the shore, the group prepares for a journey that could carry them beyond the world they have known. But along with it will come lurking dangers in the vast ocean. From the depths, a colossal prehistoric crocodile lunged upward, its jaws grinding. In the chaos, one Homo erectus lost his footing and fell into the water. The beast surged in, the sea rose, and their fate seemed sealed. The remaining 6 cling to the drifting log, carried helplessly by the tide. Hours pass, waves rise and fall, until at last land appears. The current delivers them to the shore of a new island, unknown, untamed, and waiting to be explored. For these survivors, a new chapter begins. They push inland, climbing until they reach a mountain ridge. From the summit, the world opens wide, endless forests stretching to the horizon. Curiosity drives them onward. In the valley below, they gather fruits, pulling sweetness from the land. Then, a bold attempt reaching for a beehive. Honey spills, but the reward comes at a price. A furious swarm bursts out, driving them back in a storm of stings. Laughing, shouting, they retreat toward the stream. Where the camp is overturned and rebuilt on the riverbank. Here, fire crackles, water flows, and survival is stitched together moment by moment in the untamed wilderness. One man and one woman break away from the group, drawn by the promise of food. Together they step into the forest shade, eyes scanning the earth, searching for tracks, scat, and broken branches. Every sound sharpens their senses. Each sign could mean prey or predator. In this silent world of leaves and shadows. From the tall grass, a wild boar bursts forth, tusks gleaming, rage unleashed. It charges the pair, knocking earth and leaves into the air. Spears thrust, shouts erupt, a frantic struggle ignites. In seconds, the quiet forest becomes a battleground of survival. Exhausted but triumphant, the two return, carrying the weight of the wild boar across their shoulders. At the camp, the group quickly sets to work, stone tools sliced through hide and flesh, the meat laid over open flames. The scent of roasted pork fills the night air as hunger turns to satisfaction. When the fire burns low, they retreat into their shelters, drifting to sleep, their bellies full and their strength restored for another day. Returning to the shoreline, spears in hand, the Homo erectus once again face the ancient crocodile. It rises from the surf, eyes locked, jaws ready. But this time, the group stands firm. Shouting, brandishing their weapons, they drive it back. With a hiss, the beast slips into the waves and disappears into the sea. For the first time, the hunters are not the hunted. Following the shoreline in search of food, the Homo erectus stumble upon the carcass of a massive whale, washed up and rotting under the sun. Curiosity overcomes caution. One steps forward, prodding the swollen flesh with his spear. In an instant, the body bursts, the force of decay exploding outward, throwing them to the sand. Stunned and shaken, they slowly rise, the stench heavy in the air. Without a word, they turn their backs on the shore and drift once more into the forest, leaving the sea and its grim offering behind. The two scouts rush to the leader. Pointing across the clearing, a deer stands on the far side. Quickly, the decision is made. The Homo erectus split into two groups, circling wide through brush and sand. Silent, determined, they move into position. The trap is set. The moment of attack draws near. Whether it will be a success or a failure remains to be seen. The chase drives the deer to the shoreline, hooves striking wet sand. But before the hunters can close in, the sea itself erupts. A massive crocodile lunges, clamping its jaws around the animal's leg and dragging it thrashing into the waves. The Homo erectus freeze in stunned silence. Prey and predator vanish beneath the surf, leaving only ripples and the roar of the ocean. The crocodile lingers at the shore, its dark shape gliding just beyond the breakers waiting. The group dares not approach. With no path left along the beach, they turn inland, pressing into the shadows of a cavern carved into the cliffs. Step by step, torches raised, they trade the open sea for the unknown depths, seeking escape in the heart of stone. Within the cavern, the ground gives way. One by one, the Homo erectus tumble into a hidden chamber deep beneath the earth. The way back is gone, no path, no light beyond the stone above. Trapped in darkness, they have no choice but to remain. Here, in the depths, survival will demand new strength and the courage to endure the unknown. And so, their journey in the depths comes to an end. If you found meaning in this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Your support helps us bring the past to life.